No, you're insane!
Hello, and welcome to the Madhouse, episode 89. I'm Ultimate Spy 53, the host of this podcast, and joining me for this week's episode, I have Chakky and Steve Kovoc joining me. Yeah, please say hi.
I'm Chakky.
Yeah.
I'm a weeb.
Of course you are. Not a little bit light on the cast this week, I know that part, but I figure we can talk about other stuff too. There's really nothing really going on in the world that I can think of talking about, so let's just do the normal thing we do where we think of stuff. I was thinking a lot about, video game stuff and how I suck at some of them. So I was thinking we could talk about, video games that we suck at. Do you have any games that you play that you rage at?
I suck at, like, fighting games and stuff. I just mash buttons and I win.
I don't know, like because I've been playing a lot of online games lately, and some of them really frustrate me, and I keep losing at them, and it's ridiculous. I remember playing Spider-Man, the original game, and I got as far as, I think it was like the level with Green Goblin in it, where he was like putting bombs everywhere, and I couldn't. It was like a timer. That's one thing I hate about games that have timers. You have to get there to a certain. You have to it's like you only have like a minute to do this. I hate those things.
Oh, I hate things that are timed.
It's like, if you don't make it in time, you lose, or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Like, sometimes I swear to God, they purposefully make things with too short of a time limit just to say you can't win.
I know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, because there was a game I was playing. I had to put it down. I might end up just restarting the game because it's just ridiculous. There's this game called Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning that I got pretty far in. Unfortunately, I got to this part where I forgot to save out of the cave, so I went in, and there's this guy who has like this boss of a guy. I kept dying, and so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just exit the cave and get some potions. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I was blocked, and I haven't played the game since. And so now the only way I'm gonna be able to continue with the game is restart the whole quest that I was on, which sucks because I got achievements in that game and I can't play it anymore because I'm stuck. So when you do that, make sure you save.
I have a good one.
What?
Okay, so when I was like maybe 8 or 9, my dad downloaded the original Spyro.
What?
To the PS1 or the PS3 that we have.
Yeah.
And I swear I played up all the way to the last level of the game, and I got to the final boss, and I cannot defeat the final boss.
Oh my God.
It was Spyro. I forget what the hell his name is, but like I had never been able to get him. I've never played Spyro.
I only played the reboot, so.
I have like an issue with Spyro games. Like I own another Spyro game for the DS. I don't remember what it's called, but I have it, and I can't get past like the 3rd level or something.
Oh my
I've never been able to.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's ridiculous.
I'm passionately bad at Spyro games.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Like I think Call of Duty 4 is an example of a game that I can't 100% it, and never 100% it because I just can't do it because the achievement in that game is to complete the final mission or the epilogue on veteran difficulty. Yeah, it's impossible. Why would you design an achievement in a game that is impossible to complete the game for? It's like, come on. So I to this day, I have not completed that game. I might have brought that up on the podcast before, but I just cannot finish it because it's so hard. Heck, even my brother-in-law couldn't beat it. So I have given up on that game. I've just, stopped playing it because it's impossible. So,
Yeah, I've done that. That's what I did with the Spyro game that I have for the DS.
Yeah, at this point, some of the games,
stopped playing it.
Some of the games are just like, they're too hard, or I just I get so frustrated with them, like I think I was playing I think it was Call of Duty 4. Do you want to know, because I think I've told you about this before, and I remember, but my controllers used to be all padded and everything, they used to be all, the rubber was to be on. I got so mad that I chewed them off. It was pretty bad, and I remember doing that. It was like, yeah, don't chew them off. Don't chew your control rubber off. That's not the best way to go about things. I did that, and it was not good. It was not a good idea to do that. So that's why the controllers looked terrible, because they were chewed off. I mean, I bit them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any games that I've kind of failed at. Halo's pretty hard. Kind of failed that game. Legendary, I get really frustrated at. In fact, it was a
Which game?
Halo. It was Halo 4 where I had my brother play with me because I wanted to get the game, level complete. So I got to this part of the game where it was really hard, and I would keep dying on single player. I finished it, and then we got to the point where, I think what happened was we were getting so far, and then my brother accidentally bumped the console because one of the Xbox is actually the touch sensitive. So if you accidentally like put your hand by it, it just goes off. And so he accidentally turned the console off, and that restarted and we had to restart the entire level all over again. So.
Oh my god, that's sucky.
But then I found out later that I could literally just skip to the point, like to the last checkpoint. So I didn't have to worry about the entire level. I just could skip that checkpoint. It was like, oh my god. So that's the story for you. And anyway, you were saying?
Once I was playing Sonic 2 on Genesis, and I was like, my dad called me down for dinner, and so I went to get up. I put the controller down, I went to get up, and then as it turns out, the fucking cord of the controller was wrapped around my leg somehow. Don't ask me. And I yanked the freaking console like a full foot out of the thing it was in.
Oh my god.
And it froze, and I thought I broke it.
Oh dear. Yeah. It's never fun to do. It's always the worst thing to do, to make your console freeze. I actually remember it's not really related to that, but it has to do with video games. Because my Xbox, I originally had a original Xbox 360, and that thing had like four red rings of death. That was one console that's the worst, like the original Xbox 360. The red ring of death was the worst part of it, and I had to take that thing back to Game Grow's like 4 times in a row. It was so horrible. And of course, I had the PlayStation 2 that I got from my brother-in-law. Turns out that didn't even play PlayStation 2 games. So it's like, what the fuck? So I had to get a new one. It was horrible. So yeah, not the best gaming experience, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of games online. I've been doing a lot of that. And one of the games that I used to play
tons of Flash games.
One of the games I used to play was Angry Birds. In fact, I got all the original 6 Angry Birds on my Windows Phone before I got a new one. And unfortunately, I had all the 6 originals on Windows Phone. I could get achievements, everything. And then I got an Android or something like that. I think I got an Android, yeah. And then they're not available anymore. But they didn't even bother to port them over. That's the part of Microsoft that I really hate, is the fact that they didn't bother to port them over to, the Windows 10. You can only get the first 2 Angry Birds, but they're not free, so it's ridiculous. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened, and and then of course I tried the Impossible game. Yeah, that didn't work so well. I just can't.
Oh, the Impossible game.
And I tried recording a Let's Play on it. It didn't work so well. I just couldn't get far enough into it. I mean, there's tons of games out there that I play a lot for my channel. Like I found this ridiculous game. I just decided to record a Let's Play of it just because it's funny and it's silly. It's this game called Secret Office Kissing, and it's literally you have a partner and you're kissing, but you have to kiss when your boss is not looking, because it doesn't work.
There are tons of games like that where you have to like kiss them and like stop anybody else from seeing.
Yeah, and so it's hard, but like every time the boss is not looking, he's like, okay, kiss now. It's like, I'm gonna probably do another episode of it pretty soon here, but like it's hilarious. I mean, I don't know why I'm playing it. I just decided to play it because it's funny and it's like, oh, this is a funny game.
Yeah.
Because I can. And I'm playing all these Flash games online, and a lot of them
They're
are
funny. They're weird. Oh, you know what's even better than those kissing games? The games where you have to like. There's this one game where it's like you have to. It's like a puzzle game, and you have to do shit to your teacher. Like you have to like.
What was it? What is it?
Like make her. Basically.
Don't whack your neighbor or whatever.
What?
But there's a game that I've seen like a lot of people play, like Markiplier play, where it's like don't whack the burglar or something. It's basically do horrible things to the burglar or teacher or whatever, and it's basically just this most really violent game.
No, it's not violent. It's sexual. You have to make her bend over and show her underwear.
Oh
and stuff.
god.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Make her shirt fall off.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
These 2 websites for kids.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. There's a lot of games that I played, and I just kind of give up on it. I literally, all these games that I want to play, I record a Let's Play of it, I get like a minute in and I realize, oh, this game's not going to work on my computer because it doesn't have any you know, the graphics don't work, so I can't really play it because it sucks. So.
That sucks.
And then there's games that I literally rage at. Like I was playing Run, and I literally raged at that game. I literally growled. I growled. I actually cut that in the episode. I was like, I shouldn't growl at this game because it's like, I'm not a cat. I'm not a dog. I shouldn't growl at games. I was really going, oh, you know, I'm like, rawr. I'm like, I probably shouldn't growl at the game because I kept dying. I kept like falling at the game where you.
Maybe you don't like turn into a literal like dog.
No, I was. It's a game where you're running down this corridor and into like all these gaps and the holes and ups and downs. It's called Run, and you're this little alien guy, and you have to like go on the walls. It's hard. I played one episode. I'll probably come back for another episode, but like it's so hard, and I raged at it. And then of course there's another game like I play other games where like I literally play like Block Source. Couldn't beat it because it's like I can't record a let's play if I have to keep looking at the walkthrough. No point in playing it and playing, you know, doing a let's play of it because it's pointless at that point. So I just kind of stopped doing it. And then there's this game called Crush the Castle, which I recently recorded another episode of that, and that's a fucking awesome game. It's literally you're this trebuchet and you're like whacking. It's like Angry Birds except medieval basically. And one of the new elements I got to have was acid, so I get to melt the castles. Pretty awesome. And so I always feel like playing games that are fun are a lot better than playing games that are not fun. Because if the game isn't fun, then it's too hard, and then I get stuck at it.
Playing a fun game is better than playing a not fun game, really.
Yeah, like or Mario Kart or Mario Party or any of the Mario games. Like I was literally playing Moto X3M, which is a motorcycle game, but dirt bike game. It's one of the funnest games I've played. For dirt bike games anyway. And I swear, the dirt bike guy sounds like Mario. I couldn't really believe it. Like I'm not kidding. If you know what Mario sounds like, he sounded like Mario in the game.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's also this game called Kill the Plumber where you're literally playing as the Goomba of Mario. And you have to stop Mario from getting to the end of the level. So yeah, there's some pretty great games out there that are fun to play that I love playing they're really hard, but like there's some other games that I just kind of got stuck at. I just couldn't play anymore. I think I got pretty far in the Kingdom Hearts games, and I just kind of stopped playing those because they're too hard. They're hard. They're really hard. You know, I hate games that are too hard for me. Like I remember playing Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth game, and one of the levels it literally took me 40 minutes to complete the episode. It's dreadful. But that's just the way games are usually. And then there's another thing where I mean, this isn't really on the topic of whole, I know the video game suck kind of thing, but like I recently got a game called Overlord Dark Legend, which is a Wii game. And I realized I couldn't play because I didn't have a nunchuck, so I had to buy a nunchuck. So that's pretty much how it went. I had to buy a nunchuck, and it kind of like
a nunchuck.
A nunchuck for the Wii. Yeah, I have a Wii. Yeah, so I had to buy one.
Because if there's anything you need to be swinging projectiles around when you're playing video games.
Yeah. There's a lot of video. I was thinking today about the whole topic. I don't even know what else I would say about, you know, games that we suck at. Do you guys have any games you suck at that you really, or you kind of stop playing after a while? Because I don't really know.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there have been a few. I'm just like, fuck this game, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Sometimes when I play, like fighting games.
Yeah.
Or Europa Universalist or something, I'm just like,
Europa.
I'm having a bad game, and I'm just like, fuck.
I think you would like Rage Quit a lot. It's a YouTube video series where the guy literally, he swears a lot, and then like, he just gets so mad at the game that he just quits, and you hear his controller like go clatter. It's like, just hear his controller, it's like, I'm done with this game. That's literally what the show is about. It's just raging on games. And even the simple games get the rage ones. There's another game that I also played, called Find You, that I actually enjoyed a lot. It's very hard though. Find You. It's a Steam game, and it's a free Steam game, and you're literally just finding your partner, your friend, and you control the two players at once.
Oh.
And it's a platformer. It's pretty fun.
Finding your partner.
Yeah, finding a partner guy thing. You know, the finding a person to get through. I'm mainly playing platformer games, honestly. To be honest, it's just my thing now. I also
You know what?
I also played.
I legit rage quitted at Solitaire before.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It just gets frustrating when you can't win.
Yep. Like, I played Hangar 2, or Hangar series. If you know what Spider-Man is, you'd know, or it's a Spider-Man type game. You're literally swinging, you're like this stick figure guy. It's kind of racist in a way, because the skins are weird. But you literally, swinging on this, like, little rope thing, and you literally go, woo, woo. It's like Spider-Man, totally. So, you know, that's a game I played for a while. I thought it was pretty fun. There's also, I mean, I'm just mainly talking about the online games that are somewhat, you know, frustrating, and that's like Agario. You ever heard of that game? It's basically,
yeah, that's the one where you like go around collecting.
yeah. They have like a billion versions of that game. There's Slither.io, there's I don't know, Hexal. There's always like different games that end in IO.
Tons of just EO.
Yeah, like tons of games that just ended in IO. I think one of the worst games that I've ever heard of is the original Super 64. Yeah, worst game ever made. Ever heard of that one?
No.
So it's literally the worst video game ever made. Literally just flying through hoops.
Really?
It's the worst game.
I thought E.T. was the worst name.
No. It is one of the worst games ever made. You're literally just flying through hoops that your controls suck. You're basically Superman. It's one of the worst Superman games ever made. It's like, if you know what Superman is, and you know what you know what a video game is.
Oh, Superman 64.
Yeah, it is awful. I haven't played it. I wouldn't recommend playing it, but like, yeah, that game sucks. It's really quite bad. I haven't played it, but like, I've played games that are really, really bad, or I've played games with no checkpoint. Like, I played some BMX games that have no checkpoint, and it's like, how am I supposed to play this game? Because it doesn't have checkpoint, so it's like, really, really annoying. But yeah, that was a game that I played, or I saw playing it, or I think either Aquaman game or the Superman game, both suck. It's like, really, this game, why does this even exist? Why does this game even exist? You know? Or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. I've talked about this before, but I'm talking about it again. 2 patches and it still broke. One of the worst games ever made. Boy, we went from talking about the worst games that the games that we suck at to the worst games ever made. I was talking to my brother about this whole thing with the Call of Duty series, about how each game is just basically the same thing over and over again. Like, they're just not making any improvements.
True, yeah.
Like how like, every new game in the Call of Duty series is just like the same thing over and over again. I don't really agree because I haven't played them, but like, you know, they're like, oh, Advanced Warfare, oh boy. Oh, Infinite Warfare, oh boy.
It's the exact same game.
And that's like, oh, World War II is a game that came out. It's like, great, yay, awesome. I just feel like that's the way that I feel about games nowadays, is that if they're easy and they're like, if they're too easy, then it's a lot like a lot more fun.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
I mean, some games are, are really hard, but they're really fun to play.
Yeah.
Some are really easy, but they're boring because of that.
I think that easy games are easier. They're fun. They're more fun. Like, easy games is a win because they're more fun, but hard games are not good because they're too hard. You know, I don't like playing games that are too hard.
Actually, their hard games aren't fun because they're too hard.
Yeah.
Very philosophical statements we're making here.
I remember watching the Video Game Awards from Jacksepticeye, and he was hosting it, and one of the winners was like Bloodborne. And like, thank you for playing our game. We know it's fucking hard, but thank you for playing it. And it's a game I've heard it's a very hard game. It's like, why make a game that's too challenging? I just don't understand that. Like,
you know what's worse than any hard video game? It's having the program you're using crash.
Oh no.
When you're trying to use it.
I've had that happen, and I've also had it, on a video where it's like, oh, my game crashed. I guess at the end of the episode then.
Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing you can do at that point. It's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to just stop playing the game now because it doesn't work. Get some defects,
Stupid word.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's really, I think that the games are easier. You suck less at games if they're easier. But if they're harder, you suck more at them, and that's why you kind of rage quit at them, and you just kind of, nothing you can really do about that. But,
That's true.
yeah, but I really wish I had gone into this podcast knowing what else I was going to talk about, because I had a whole idea, but now I can't really think of it. I can't really think of games that I suck at, because I feel from a personal level, I think the games they're a lot more fun, they're a little bit easier, but,
Yeah, I kind of agree to an extent, but then it's boring.
Yeah.
But if it's not, like, super duper stupid hard, but not, like, super duper stupid easy either, that's when the game is good.
yeah, I mean, like, things like Pokemon, where cheating is or Pokemon or Sims, where cheating is actually quite fun. Even though cheating probably isn't a thing you should do in games, but it's still so much fun. like Sims 2, like the Sims game, you can age Sims just like that, or force like a Sim to have have twins. It's like
You can.
or get a bunny baby.
Make a child into an adult, and then it'll like be weird, and it'll have like monster limbs.
Or have like or have a toddler get pregnant. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, in The Sims 2, there was a mod that you could grill your baby on.
What? You could grill? You say? You said grill like cooking?
Yeah, a grill that you can grill your baby on.
Oh my god, that's awful. That sounds awful, but also really weird. I mean, interesting.
It's not the OMG what the fuck barbecue. It's.
Yeah. I can totally see that happening, but yeah, I really can't think of anything else to talk about on that subject because I've literally run out of ideas. I literally had this. I hate not having this. Like I have this idea, but now I can't think of what else I was gonna talk about with games that I hate because I can't beat it.
That sucks.
I know, because it's like all these games that I love playing and I can't get through them because they're too hard. Oh boy. Okay, well I think that's all I really had for this podcast. Is there anything else you guys have in mind to talk about, or?
I don't know. Nothing I can think of.
I think that's all. That's what we're gonna do for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of The Madhouse. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. We all really appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe for more episodes of this show and other series that I do. As well as other great content. We will be back next week for another episode. Alright, bye-bye.